You may have seen these billboards out driving around Grand Rapids comparing the words of President Trump to Scripture.
Michael Martin spoke with the group putting them up, who says the goal is to convince people to vote based on their faith and not simply party lines. In fact, Michael out in front of those billboards right now. Michael?
Yeah, guys, good evening. I've seen them up myself several times in the past few weeks on my way to work, as I'm sure many of you out there have as well. And one of the men responsible for this campaign says the goal is to get people to vote based on their faith, even if that means crossing your party line.
We thought it was important to contrast the teachings of Jesus with the behaviors and the public statements of Donald Trump.
Doug Padgett, evangelical pastor and executive director of Vote Common Good, speaking with Fox 17 Thursday about these billboards his group has up right now in West Michigan.
Because so many Christian voters feel like they have to vote for a Republican, even if it's this man on election day. And we want to remind them that their faith calls them to something more than just their Republican identity.
There are 7 billboards up at the moment in West Michigan, 4 in Grand Rapids, and another 3 in the Holland area. As Padgett explains, they place a quote from Jesus on one side and a quote from President Trump on the other.
And when Jesus says, turn the other cheek, and Donald Trump says, well, I'd like to punch him in the face. And then we want parents to have to explain to their children what these billboards are about. We want children to ask from the back seat, Mom, tell me about that billboard.
The group also has billboards up in another big swing state, Pennsylvania, and are planning to place more in North Carolina, Florida, and Ohio.
These are brand name statements from Donald Trump that so many of the same voters who honor the teachings of Jesus and want to follow Jesus' teachings in their lives then rally around and cheer on a man who says these very things.
Padgett says he wants those who have come to oppose President Trump because of their faith to know there are others out there in the same boat.
If any pastor I know spoke like that, they'd be fired. If any CEO of a company was on public record saying the things Donald Trump says and treats people the way Donald Trump treats them, they would be fired. And by highlighting the phrasing of Jesus with the statements of Donald Trump, we think it just is an important data point for people who in these final days before the election are having to make this decision about how they're going to offer their vote.
In the future, Padgett says the group will work to hold other politicians accountable and make sure they're doing their jobs with honor and dignity.
In fact, we're told all the time, don't talk about religion and don't talk about politics, and certainly don't talk about the two of them together. So we're trying to help people have a reason to talk about these things.
Now, we did reach out to President Trump's campaign here in Michigan, but have yet to hear back. We'll, of course, bring you that if we do. For now, though, live in Grand Rapids, Michael Martin, Fox 17 News.